to the Biscuits and Blurays podcast, where we watch Blu-rays. The Biscuit's mum is a real bitch. I'm your host James, co-host Jade. Hello.
Hello.
Where have you been?
I don't know. Where have I been?
It's been a few weeks since you've been on.
I know, it feels weird to be back.
In a good way?
Yeah, I love this.
Oh, okay, good. It's weird because we've done guests for a while this season, and it just feels crowded when there's three of us.
Yeah.
And you volunteered to take a back seat.
Of course, because this is your baby.
But it's our biscuits.
It's our Biscuits and Blurays.
Yeah. So, welcome back.
Hello,
For
thank
one.
you.
It's good to have you back. La la la.
You mean la la la?
I'm sorry we're doing this one, but also I'm super not sorry.
I know, right? So everybody, I really wanted to go and see Twisters in 4DX.
Yeah.
Absolutely was gagging to. But no. We ended up having to watch this instead on the big screen.
Let me share my 2 cents on this. We were going to see this on the big screen, but then we couldn't make the showing it was going to be originally for. However, then they slapped on a 12 o'clock, like, fucking Monday shift in the afternoon.
The day after my hen do.
Yeah. When you had your hen do, you had your time away. It looked like you had a good time. And I was just sat in. I wasn't doing anything. So this was my treat.
For you.
For me.
When you are hungover, guys, this is the last thing you want to be listening to.
Let me tell you for a fact. Quite early on in our relationship, we had this conversation about South Park.
We did.
And I was like, yeah, I like South Park, yeah. And then you said you liked South Park.
Well, it was actually on our first date because we were looking at each other's playlists because we're fucking weird. Mm-hmm. And I had very randomly slapped in the middle of my playlist, what would Brian Boitano do?
Yeah,
and you were like, what? That's from this film! That's from the South Park film. I'm like, yeah, because it's an absolute banger.
Absolute banger.
And that's how we knew this was meant to be, guys.
I mean, there's plenty of other reasons, but...
but mainly this.
I mean, that's one reason, but it's quite far down the list.
Mainly this.
Okay, cool. South Park. Were you a fan of it as a kid? Were you allowed to watch it as a child?
No, I remember it being very hush-hush, like, oh, that's a show where it's all animated, but they all swear.
When did you first, really start watching it?
Do you know what? I think I was in maybe year 11.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay,
so I was
that's
quite late to the party, but I really got behind it very quickly, and I just absolutely binge-watched it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How about you?
I think it was always banned. We weren't allowed to watch it in school. Mm-hmm. Well, when I was a kid. My parents were aware of it, but I'm not sure how. I think maybe it was a newsletter passed around saying, there's a show called South Park, don't let your kids watch it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
People would watch it from time to time, and I just didn't get it. I think I had a hat of the characters, with them all on, but I didn't get the reference. I didn't understand why Kenny was dying all the time.
That was the thing I remember the most about being a child. So many people used to say, oh my god, you killed Kenny at school, and I had no idea what they were talking about. And then I think it was published in the paper, some of the animations.
Right.
Of Kenny being dead in various ways. I remember finding it quite traumatic.
Okay.
When I was a lot younger, like, oh my god, why is this character all bleedy and shit? I've only ever watched The Simpsons, what is this?
I think that's it. I think because I was a Simpsons kid. I think
so,
you were as well,
so was I.
It was difficult to make that change into adult humour.
Yeah.
But yeah, my first experience of watching South Park is this movie.
Same.
Yeah. But I just remember, it's a musical. Great. Where does it rank on your all-time greatest musicals?
I have a musicals
Okay.
ranking list on Letterboxd, but it's only from when I started using Letterboxd, because I was introduced to it last year from your good self.
Yep.
And every musical I've seen since setting up my Letterboxd, I have ranked. So let me see where it goes. Where do you think it falls?
I think it falls in the middle for you, but the songs are good and powerful, but I think the plot lets it down for you.
It'd be nice if I actually added it.
Oh, you actually didn't
I'm
add
going
it?
to add it now.
Where's it going to sit?
It's in 11th.
11th?
Yeah.
Between what and what?
It's between Shrek the Musical and Jersey Boys.
Oh, this is a travesty. Okay.
What for?
Okay, fine. Why? Why that low?
Because it's not as good as Bugsy Malone, is it really?
Oh, I don't know though.
Is it better than A Muppet's Christmas Carol?
What songs do you listen to most? The songs from this or the songs from Muppet's Christmas Carol?
I probably listened to Brian Boitano for a really unhealthy amount of times. However,
yeah,
The Muppet's Christmas Carol, when it gets to November, that shit's over and over played on my Spotify.
We live together, I know this. I think I spoke about this I did Team America World Police with my good friend See This If. That was a guest spot this year.
Yeah.
And obviously it's the same makers as South Park. So we got talking then. If you want to check that out, that's great. And since then we've seen Book of Mormon.
Yes.
Which is Trey Parker, Matt Stone's musical.
Mm-hmm. Quick
review on that.
Guys, if you love South Park, please go and see Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon's something else.
It's so good. I had kept away from Book of Mormon for years. I remember seeing little bits that people had done in amateur performances and thought, oh, this looks a bit crap. Mm-hmm. This doesn't look very showy. This isn't very me. Watched it, loved it.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that we finally went and saw it. And do you know what, guys? It is so offensive, but I love it.
It's really good though.
Yeah.
Like even the music, but basically Matt Stone, Trey Parker, big musical fans.
Yeah.
And I think it shows. I think they've done their research here.
Yeah.
Good old time.
Yes, they have. Especially, I think there's 2 songs. I think you can really hear it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the songs, shall we? There aren't many. I'd say maybe like 6.
Yeah.
The soundtrack for this isn't on Spotify anymore. Mm-hmm. I think you have to really search for it, and even then it's like as a podcast sort of thing.
Yeah, this one's ripped off of YouTube.
Absolutely. What is your favourite song from this? Is it What Would Brian Boitano Do?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a soft spot for the La Resistance song.
Yes, that's in second for me.
Okay. But the Mountain Town song, I like.
Do you know, I'd forgotten that song was even in it.
Yeah, that's how the film starts.
I know, when I was watching, I was like, oh yeah, that song exists in this, because I put Carl's Mum is a Bitch goes 4th for me.
Uncle Fucker.
Uncle Fucker's number 3, yeah.
But when we went to see it at the cinema, good old time, I had a great time.
I did really enjoy it.
The song that Satan sings, Up There, that hit something different.
I don't know what it was, but it gave me kind of like shivers. I thought, why?
Yeah.
Why is this affecting me in this way?
That's how you close Act 1.
I love it.
Okay. The animation, do you like the animation of South Park?
I do. Did I appreciate it on the big screen? Not so much.
Does it hold up on the big screen?
No.
I don't think it does. I think it was still at the time when South Park was a bit more transitional.
Yeah.
In the sense that, because South Park, if you didn't know, was made on craft paper.
Yeah.
And it was done by hand. But then they were just sort of dabbling in computer animated stuff.
Yeah.
Still looks the same. They've never changed from that style. I think every now and then they do a graphic thing.
Yeah.
But I think you can tell this is a little bit more craft paper and it doesn't seem bright.
That's what I was going to say. It feels very papery when it's on screen.
It felt dull.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, okay, well, to anyone who is buying this on 4K, sad times for you.
Yeah, you don't need it on 4K.
Who's your favourite South Park character?
Stan.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. I quite like the fact, in this especially, I quite like every time he sees Wendy, I like his cute little song, and then when he
throws up.
When he throws up, I thought, I can understand.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's fine. I always liked Kenny.
I've always had a soft spot for Kenny.
I think it's because he feels cute.
Yeah.
Because you can't see his face or whatever. Also, spoiler alert, South Park was shit.
Yeah.
This was the first time that Kenny ever took his hood off.
Yeah.
And I remember people at school being like, you see what Kenny looks like.
And he's really cute.
And I just thought, okay, well, what could it possibly look like? It's just the same.
Yeah.
It's just the same as all the others. It's not a big deal. Whatever.
Yeah.
Swear words. Mm-hmm. I grew up... The household I grew up in wasn't strict. Mm-hmm. But to this day, I do not like swearing in front of my parents. Mm-hmm. I've been to your house. You guys swear like there's no tomorrow.
We didn't used to.
When did that start?
I don't know. Maybe my mum and dad got a bit more relaxed with life.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Sure.
But we're making it sound really bad.
No, not at all. But I just think it's... Even in conversation, I'm not like, F this, F that. I mean, on this podcast, we swear a lot.
You do. You swear all the time.
I think I'm terrible for swearing. And every time I swear, part of my brain goes, ooh, I shouldn't be doing that on a podcast. But that's who I am.
You're a bad person.
I'm a naughty boy. In the Guinness Book of World Records in 2001, this film had the most profanity used in an animated movie.
How much?
399 swear words.
Okay, has it been beaten since?
I think it might.
Okay.
I think Frozen 2 did it.
Oh, fucking knew it.
Yeah. The book cited 399 swear words, including 146 uses of the word fuck, along with 199 offensive gestures and 221 acts of violence.
Wow.
This is an animated movie that's probably 80 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's short.
It's short, but it feels long.
You said it felt long. It lulls a bit in the middle.
Yeah, I've always thought it, even not watching it at the cinema, I've always found that after La Resistance, it's always been very... I could be happy for it to end there.
It's when you get the... Okay, well, let's go talk about the plot of the movie. Mm-hmm. South Park, it's all episodic. You can just dip in, dip out. And I have been recently.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time. The games are good as well. So the plot of this is Ashes of Fire, which is Terrence and Phillip, who are Canadian film stars. They've released a new movie. Mm-hmm. And the kids want to go see it.
Yeah.
Then they start swearing a lot because that's what Terrence and Phillip do. And the parents are like, this is... No.
Yeah, we're not having this.
Yeah.
Then they try to emulate what they see Terrence and Phillip do on the big screen. Mm-hmm. Kenny tries to light his farts on fire, and he ends up setting himself on fire.
That is my favourite joke in the movie, where they go, hey, you can't light that fart on fire or whatever. And then he does it, Kenny does it, laughs, and then just bursts into flames. I think that makes me laugh something fierce. I love it. That's the turning point, though. Yeah,
because sadly, that act kills Kenny. And it shocked me the first time I saw it when they was like, he's better. By the way, you've only got 3 seconds to live because I had to we had to change your heart with a potato.
That's a good George Clooney cameo. He plays the Doctor.
I was like, what the hell? That shocked me the first time I saw it because I wasn't expecting it because that's not what happens to characters. They wake up and everything's okay.
Yeah. Who's making a potato? The death of Kenny sparks this whole argument between America and Canada.
Mm-hmm. Led by Kyle's mum.
It's basically the mothers against Canada. Mm-hmm. And they say, right, we've got to blame Canada for this.
Kyle's mum is basically a Karen.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's a mirror to society.
Yeah.
In the sense that I think South Park is.
Mm-hmm.
If your kids are going out of their way to watch it, they're going to watch it anyway.
Yeah.
It's up to the parents to police it.
Yeah.
And I think if the parents aren't doing their job properly, and parenting is a job,
yeah,
then it's a full-time job, then you can't pass the blame. The buck stops with you. And that's what this film kind of says.
Try telling that to the woman that was in front of me in Asda.
Oh!
I was parenting her children.
Oh, I had a woman not looking after her kids and we told them off.
Guys, please look after your children.
Just sort them out.
Just please.
By the way, this is at the peak of the summer holidays. They're everywhere.
Have a good time, enjoy yourself with your families, but please just look after your children.
They are your responsibility. Don't blame Canada.
It's not Canada's fault.
This is an Oscar-nominated movie.
As it should be.
Correct. Would you care to take a guess at what it is nominated for?
Songs.
Which one? Which one do you think got nominated?
Uncle Fucker.
No, it didn't.
Is it La Resistance?
It isn't.
Okay. It's not up there, is it?
It's not. It could be, but it's not.
It's not going to be Saddam Hussein's one.
No. Oh, God, that would be insane. Okay.
That's a horrible song.
That's not a bad song.
It's a horrible song.
Okay. It was Blame Canada.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've seen the award ceremony, but obviously because they performed the songs, they, like Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they didn't want to perform it. They were there.
Yeah.
That's another story. We'll talk about that in a sec. But Robin Williams performed it.
I love Robin Williams.
I mean, it's been 10 years. Robin Williams, oh my God. But if you can, watch Robin Williams sing Blame Canada at the Oscars. It was something else. Because all the extras and stuff are dressed up as the characters.
Yeah.
It's really good. Anyway, yeah, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they decided to go to the Oscars, but because they were very high, I think they took acid before they went in, but they were wearing dresses.
Wow.
Just because, why not?
Yeah.
I think they've since changed their tune a little bit because they're parents now, but...
Yeah.
I love that. Anyway, Canada and America essentially then go to war.
Yeah, they go to war over it.
I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
In the best possible way.
Well, it all looks like it's going to be sparked by the death of Terrence and Phillip, that their execution's going to start a war between the two nations.
The Canada strike first, though.
Well, while all that's happening, we're following Kenny as well.
Yeah.
So Kenny unfortunately ends up in hell.
He tries to go to heaven. That's quite a nice little song.
Yeah. The boy going to hell.
Yeah. Falls into hell, whatever. And Satan is there. It's like, I am Satan. I'm going to rule. He's got a plan, Satan.
Yeah.
But he's not alone.
No. He has a
helper.
A dickhead partner.
There's a very... I think I've said this maybe 1,000 times on this podcast, but there's a quote from Mel Brooks where he says people... About Springtime for Hitler, in The Producers. He said, and this is my dissertation, Sharon. He said, monsters like Hitler should not be feared. They shouldn't be emulated or looked up to. They should be ridiculed.
Yeah.
Who is Satan's little helper?
Saddam Hussein.
Okay. Very famous dictator, Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, and they really do take the piss, as they should, but it's all done very light-heartedly.
I mean, it is, because he wasn't dead at this point. we were way before that. So he was still alive. But A for effort, though. Yeah, but I love my favourite bits of animation in this are the flapping heads. Yeah,
because he's got the Canadian heads in this.
I think there's only a few people who have been ridiculed. South Park ridiculed everyone.
Yeah.
That's how it comes up at the start of the show. Fighters.
Yeah.
I think they've been sued and maybe
They've been sued so many times by different celebrities and by different groups.
Mm-hmm.
Because they literally go in on everyone.
I think in the early days, if South Park being sued, it would be like, okay, that's bad. But now, I think it's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
If you are not included in a South Park episode at one point. Well, let's talk about the Worldwide Privacy Tour.
Yeah.
Are they being sued for that?
No.
Okay.
But I think it did lead to the Royals being... I think when they voted the worst in the Forbes something or other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, us having the worst year. Because as soon as South Park parody you like that.
Yeah.
It shows, I think, as well. Because South Park mirror and opinions of the public.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of the public were thinking that way about them.
But no one dared to say anything.
Dared to really say it. So it was go on, guys, you go in there.
But it also means that Harry and Meghan has just sat watching South Park on a Saturday night.
I don't think they are.
Okay, okay, good. Well, they've got nothing else to do. There might be. Yeah, so if Terence and Philip die on American soil, essentially Satan and Saddam Hussein are going to take over the world.
Yeah.
That's their plan. Satan and Saddam Hussein have got a little bit of a Darth Vader Palpatine situation going on.
Yeah.
It's quite nice. Anyway, so these kids essentially they're rebelling. They're sort of going, and it's weird that they're doing this.
Yeah, so they don't agree with what their mums are doing.
Yeah. Usually in a South Park episode, the kids would be the problem. Mm-hmm. Cartman especially.
Yeah.
I think Cartman sort of reined in a little bit in this one.
Well, he's got the V chip.
Yeah, he does. He does have the V chip.
So Terence and Philip and Canada in general are seen as the entire problem for errant youth.
Yeah.
In America. So they decide, after Cartman is caught singing Carl's Mum is a Bitch, which we get a great sequence with him singing that particular chorus.
Is it?
In different languages. I remember thinking that was one of the best things I'd ever seen. Very reminiscent of It's a Small World.
Okay. Is that a love letter to Disney, or is that them taking the piss out of Disney as well?
Maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, they decide to implant a V-chip in him that stops him from swearing.
Mm-hmm. And that goes a certain way. You can't say shit. No. You can't say fuck. No. You can't say Merrick Cartman, the biggest fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. Yeah. So yeah, but if you're watching it, South Park, in the later episodes anyway, I'd say later, the ones after this, Cartman is always the antagonist essentially.
Yeah, and he tends to be a little bit in the game as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick any episodes out, but there are certain ones where he tries to after he's seen the passion of the Christ. He's check it out. I can't really. It's a bit too deep, but yeah, he can't swear in this one.
No, so his character gets sidelined a little bit after that. Mm-hmm. I find to Kyle, because ultimately it's his mum that's getting all pissy and is leading it. So because his own brother is Canadian, he feels like a personal what's the word? His
mum is essentially forgotten about Ike.
Yeah, so he's more motivated to kind of go after them.
Yeah.
Whereas, obviously, Stan's motivated because he wants Wendy to like him.
Kenny's
dead. But he's still trying as well because he knows of the plot. Because he's been watching the toxic relationship between Satan and Saddam Hussein. So he tries to warn them.
Yeah. So they go, okay, essentially we're going to start our own resistance. La Resistance. It's the best song in the movie.
And we get a very good song. It's very Les Mis.
It is very Les Mis.
Yeah.
What song is it from Les Mis? Like One Day More?
I think it's very One Day More because we did the different snippets of the different characters all singing a different tune that melts together.
But for fun, I'm going to just get my dissertation out here again.
Oh, there it is.
Oh shit! Oh, here it is.
There is a dissertation.
That's where it is.
Oh, you've got one of those.
I have a dissertation.
You never said.
In musical theatre, when there's a song like that, it's called a marathon, and they poke fun at it in the song.
Oh my god.
I'm just, I'm full of tidbits today.
Oh, I'm just an educated guy.
I'm just, that's all I know. Just that one Mel Brooks quote and what a marathon is.
Oh, you're going to sleep well tonight.
Oh, God, I'm exhausted. My brain is working overtime on these.
Wow.
It's a good song, though. Straight up.
Anything else you want to say about it? Anything
Nope.
about it being anything else you want to call it? Now that dissertation's out, is there any other things you want to tell me about it?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. I was just hoping.
My dissertation was not a good read. I did it like the night before, and I managed to pass because I'm the kid. It was a low pass.
Was it actually?
Genuinely. I did it that week. I completely forgot. Oops! Anyway. Still graduated though. Yeah, so essentially the USA decided to go, okay, we're going to execute Terrence and Phillip. We're going to do that. We're going to put on this big show, and we're going to put them on. I like the guests that they get on this this USO show.
And Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder and Big AL, yeah. Why Winona Ryder?
Why not?
I thought no one's safe here.
No.
I think it's aged well. Do you think it's aged well?
What, this?
Yeah, the jokes and stuff.
I didn't laugh as much as I thought I was going to, but I know it's because I've seen it so many times.
Mm-hmm. I guess a laugh I made.
Yeah, I know it does.
I farted once on the set of Blue Lagoon.
Yeah.
Gold. But where's Brooke Shields now? Yeah, La Resistance get the mole.
The mole. Oh yeah, I like the mole.
Because Wendy has this guy called Gregory, my boy, and essentially he's like, okay, if you need someone who's done this before, and then he gets the mole, who is grounded.
Yeah.
So I like how that's the jail for these kids.
Yeah, when you're grounded, but that is the thing when you're a child. Being grounded is jail.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's house arrest.
Essentially, yeah, it's quite dark, isn't it?
Have you ever been grounded?
I've been grounded maybe a handful of times.
What was the worst thing you did that got you grounded?
I lied about brushing my teeth.
I
just wanted to go to bed. And I was just like, I'm going to bed. I'm really tired. Can't be honest. I'll brush my teeth in the morning. And then my parents came in. This toothbrush is bone dry.
My parents used to say that.
You are grounded.
By the way, we're not a household that doesn't brush our teeth.
I brush my teeth every. I'm brushing them right now.
Filthy.
I'm brushing them right now.
Ugh.
I'm brushing them right now. They're going to sneak into the USO show. Mm-hmm. Steal Terrence and Phillip. Everything's going to be okay. Because at this point, Kenny is haunting Cartman.
Yeah.
And saying, if they die, it's bad times.
You're all dead.
Yeah, so that's what's at stake. Get them stakes down. The stakes. They're so high. They're going to the USO show.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't actually work for them. It kind of goes wrong.
So Cartman doesn't
turn off the alarms.
turn the alarm off.
Yeah.
Even though Stan and Kyle try to distract the audience more, they get Gael to do his big number, which is fabulous.
That's my least favourite song in this.
Oh, it's not.
You don't like the Saddam Hussein one, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, fine.
But I don't really like it. It's easy, okay, very much.
What?
Sorry, I don't.
Oh, that's a great song though. There's no friend I have who doesn't know the lyrics to that song.
You can know the lyrics to a song and still not think it's like great.
Okay, so
Uh-huh.
yeah, doesn't go well. Cartman didn't turn off the alarms, and the guard dogs get Le Mole. He fucking hates guard dogs. Okay, he has a little fall of rain moment.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Which is quite funny. He's like, hold me.
yeah. I can't guard you, cocksucker. And then he dies. And then, yeah, it doesn't go well. Terrence and Phillip still end up being executed. Meanwhile, the Canadians have decided to bomb the USO show.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's at war now. I love the joke about I'm gonna really word this well. The one about Operation Human Shield.
Yes.
I think that's such a funny joke.
Yeah.
I mean, are people offended by that now?
Probably.
Okay, good. But it's a good joke and it's a good Chef moment.
Mm-hmm.
Back when Chef was still in the show.
Yes.
Terence and Philip do die. Satan comes up. Bad times.
Bad times indeed.
Saddam Hussein... Well, Kenny, this whole time, has been talking to Satan.
Yeah.
And has been giving him relationship advice. Because he needs it.
He does. He's in a very toxic relationship.
It is, but yeah.
And Saddam is just using Satan for sex.
I don't think it is that. I think Saddam is using Satan to get what he wants, which is to rule the world.
And get the sex.
But he's doing it... I just think... Yeah, he's got this persona of a bit of a... What's the word? Chauvinist?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think it's funny. But Satan he likes Kenny, I think. Mm-hmm. It's weird that Kenny isn't tortured.
They try, don't they? And then it doesn't work, or he gets...
Well, all the demons sort of, like, grab at him and stuff, but Satan never goes, okay, well...
I'm glad we don't get a scene like that, though.
Okay. It wouldn't be...
On South Park like to show something like that, though. Yeah.
I mean, let's talk Book of Mormon. Spooky Mormon Hell Dream.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah, basically, anyone who's seen Book of Mormon who hasn't, just Google on YouTube Spooky Mormon Hell Dream, and it's this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so great as well. I didn't know it was coming. I was like, that's great. Cartman goes full Dragon Ball Z on it.
Yeah.
I think they referenced that, maybe.
Yeah.
With the V-chip, he can electrocute Saddam Hussein, and Saddam Hussein's like, what are you doing? Like, help me, Satan. And Satan decides that, enough's enough.
Yeah.
Gonna kill Saddam Hussein, who goes in exactly the same way that the guy from Team America goes.
Is it a coincidence?
A coincidence? No, I just think they like putting these people of authority down like this.
Yeah.
Why not? Satan goes, oh, okay, well, thank you, Kenny, for helping me get rid of him. What can I do? And Kenny says, well, we think Kenny says, wants everything to go back to normal. Mm-hmm. Which would mean that Kenny would die. Would
still be dead, yeah.
I found it baffling that Kenny wasn't in the show for like maybe 2 seasons after this. Mm-hmm. Because watching them recently, I thought, oh, they actually stuck with that.
I like that though when he tries to stick with continuity.
However, they did bring Kenny back.
Because Kenny needs to be back. It's not the same when they're not a 4.
I remember the arguments that people would have at school saying, I don't like this new guy. I think they replaced him with Tweak for a bit. Mm-hmm. And then they replaced him with Timmy. Mm-hmm. It's just not the same.
No.
So I think that's why they brought Kenny back. I think they listened to the fans.
Yeah, as they should do, because I think, again, they're so iconic as a 4.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the logo for their studio now. It's just the 4 of them, yeah. But I remember people at school going, I just fucking hate this new guy. Tweak. I was like, it's a cartoon. A similar thing happened with Family Guy.
Yes, when they killed Brian.
Do you remember when everyone killed...
I remember there was a big thing, I think it was in the paper, like, give Stewie his best friend back.
Yeah. Have you seen the people who have got tattoos of it? Like R.I.P. Brian.
Yeah.
And then they brought him back like 3 episodes later.
Guys, it's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon. I get it. I mean, it's like killing Wacko. 2 half pennies.
Yeah, because in that particular film, they thought they was going to kill Dot.
Yeah. That would have been weird. But also, I'm kind of there for it. She's Lily's favourite.
How dare
I said
you.
what I said.
And you have a tattoo of her.
No! Everything goes back to normal. Stan, Kyle and Cartman, they said, like, cheers, Kenny, thank you. Takes his hood off. Again, we spoke about it before.
He's just a little blonde child and he's very cute.
Yeah. He goes, goodbye, you guys. And he goes up to heaven. And then there's a reprise of the Mountain Town song, which... There's no song on this earth that gives me goosebumps like that reprise.
Aww.
I couldn't tell you why. I think it's the harmony that happens... And I've gone through the YouTube comments on this, because I've had to look it up, because I wanted to listen to it. And people were like, that 2 seconds is why that's gold.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, that harmony. I nearly cried when we watched it on the big screen.
Aww, that's cute.
I nearly cried.
You cry at a lot of things.
Unironically, though, I think I have cried at this.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's moving. So.
But then Kenny goes up to heaven in the end and he gets to see all these angels with their boobies out and he's very pleased.
Is that what heaven's like?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Well, actually, no, because, if you go with what angels look like that people drew from the Bible in how they're described, where they're just literally like rings with 100 eyes. Have you seen them?
The what?
Google the biblical... depictions of angels. It's the most terrifying thing you'll ever see.
Oh, I don't want to go there then.
Do it.
I'm not doing it now.
Do it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They're just wings with hundreds of eyes. Yeah, like that. That's an angel.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, how they're described in the Bible.
That's like an Elden Ring boss.
Yeah, that's how they're described. They're not described as like people. So Just think, South Park could have terrified us with images like that.
I mean, it's not, they've done stuff like that before. Cthulhu's one of the characters in the later seasons.
Oh, Cthulhu's the vibe, though.
He is. I find it, in the credits, both Saddam Hussein and Satan are listed as playing themselves. Highest grossing R-rated movie until Sausage Party came out.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So that's 17 years. Good for them.
I remember when Sausage Party came out, that was that got quite a lot of hype as well for how offensive that was supposed to be in some places.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is quite interesting. The song Blame Canada was nominated at the Academy Award for Best Original Song, but it lost. Any guesses what it lost to?
No.
Think an animated movie.
Tarzan.
Yeah.
It lost to Phil Collins.
It lost to Phil Collins. In return, Trey Parker and Matt Stone ridiculed Phil Collins in season 4 of South Park.
But let's all be honest, guys. The Tarzan soundtrack is an absolute banger. And everyone universally knows that. It didn't have to, but it did. Any other year, maybe they could have won that.
I'm just looking for any more interesting facts. The picture hanging above Satan's bed is of actor Skeet Ulrich.
Oh. Why?
I don't know. Do you like it when cartoons are adult rated?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I didn't used to. Because again, I grew up watching The Simpsons. And even though some of that is a little bit adult in its themes, it's very tongue-in-cheek. Especially watching it back now.
Yeah.
Like, for example, which one was it that we was watching? The one with Homer thinking about having an affair.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realise actually how deep that went.
Oh, God, yeah.
But watching it as a kid, and now it's like, oh, actually, fucking hell.
The Simpsons pushed the envelope for what they could get away with on TV.
Yeah.
South Park didn't really care.
So I think the transition from one to another, I was a bit like, oh shit, this isn't what I've been used to. Mm-hmm. But I really...
There's an ongoing debate still with certain people I know over what is the best animated TV show of all time. Mm-hmm. People do say The Simpsons. However, obviously later seasons of The Simpsons did drop off in quality. People say Family Guy, but that's quite late in the game. Mm-hmm. I've always fought for South Park.
Would we have the likes of Family Guy if we didn't have the likes of South Park and The Simpsons and like Futurama and stuff coming before that?
I think it all comes down to The Simpsons, essentially.
Yeah.
Because of what they achieved in terms of like humour and just being on all the time.
Yeah.
And like merchandising and stuff like that. It's because of The Simpsons. I think then it was South Park, which was kind of the other hand.
It was always on late as well. It was like a late night thing. It was something that teenagers and young adults...
It was on Comedy Central,
were watching.
And then Family Guy came out. Family Guy I find a bit dumbed down.
It kind of walks the line in between.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think it's like an alright mid-ground, maybe.
The problem is, I think any time that Simpsons makes like a risque joke, they can get away with it because it's for kids and whatever. And kids wouldn't really get the joke.
Yeah.
Family Guy goes... It doesn't push it quite so far. And I think when people say, oh, Family Guy's done a really bad joke, I think it's nothing compared to anything that's on South Park.
I agree with that.
South Park is consistently good, I would argue as well.
Mm-hmm. And for example, I rewatched the Fairy Tale episode with the Fairy Tale characters being invaded by...
Imagination Land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember how violent and how horrible some of that language was within it. Mm-hmm. Like watching it back, I was like, "Fucking hell!" But to be fair, it's still a good episode.
It's still a great episode.
But I've seen some kind of like grim things in Family Guy, but nothing compares to that episode for me.
You have to humor's subjective, always will be.
Yeah,
there will be people who just don't get South Park.
Yeah,
or don't find it funny, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. My parents fall in that category.
Yeah,
so what are we watching this shit for? I was like, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't think you get it. It's quite witty. Mm-hmm. It's quite clever. Sometimes. I think there's the one where like Randy just does that massive poop. Love that shit. But I think that it's got its following, and I think anyone who thinks about this will go, oh yeah, that's a really good film. And like Team America came after as well.
Okay, so when you think about this film, what's the first song that comes into your mind from the soundtrack?
It is What Would Brian Boitano Do? But only because I think it's the catchiest one.
I think if you was to ask other people, I think they'd probably say Uncle Fucker.
Uncle Fucker. Or Cal's Mum's a Bitch.
I remember that shit being Bluetoothed.
I think you could pay
all
for the
around
ringtone.
School, yeah.
Kids, there was a time where you have to like text in for a ringtone you wanted.
Yeah.
You won't get this. No one's probably told you this, but late night after, I don't know, on MTV or something, there would be just be codes that you had to text for certain...
You could get a certain ringtone or a certain background for your phone.
It would be...
All black and white.
Oh, God, yeah. It would be usually like a Bose Alexa thing. Maybe even...
Ali G.
Yeah. It was wild.
Yeah.
I just need to let you know that this last time in history that you didn't see. And we need to remember.
I think we do need to remember that really weird time. You used to get the back of a TV guide or magazines. They'd have an entire page full of ringtones that you could buy for like £3 each.
I do remember Uncle Fucker being one of them.
Yeah, Uncle Fucker was really popular. And then Bluetooth came along and people could put their phones together. And you could transfer the files across. And I remember having it transferred... I remember having the Gingers joke from that episode being...
Oh, Gingers have no souls?
Yeah, I remember that being transferred around my school for no reason, and we all getting pulled into an assembly telling us that Gingers are okay.
No, you didn't, did you?
We did.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Because I imagine some Gingers were bullied.
Yeah.
And rightly so, because they have no souls. But that's the time we lived through, and this is a banger of a film.
I do agree it's a banger of a film. Do I think it drags in places and has some problems? Yes.
I agree with you. I think it does lull in the middle, but I don't think I'd never think it's boring.
No.
I think there's always a joke. If there's a joke you don't like, 10 seconds later there's going to be another one.
Yeah, and the songs aren't that long either, so...
I'd argue the songs are too short.
Some of them are, definitely. Yeah. But maybe that's why they're so iconic though, because you only get a little bit. Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Is this better than Space Jam?
Yes.
Okay. Because of the jokes or because of the cartoons or what?
Because of the songs.
Just because of the songs?
I think the songs alone.
God, you can tell we're theatre kids, guys.
Yeah. See your theatre kids without seeing your theatre kids.
Yeah, we like the songs from the South Park movie, actually. I'd agree. It's better than Space Jam because of the songs. But the jokes are good.
What's your favourite joke from this?
It's either Kenny setting himself on fire, which I always get a laugh out of, or it is the I farted once on the set of Blue Lagoon. And then the silence, and then Terence just slapping Brooke Shields. Yeah.
I like anything Terence and Philip do in this.
I'd argue they're the funniest characters in
They're
this.
my favourite characters in this.
Yeah. Even in, like, times where, just before they're going to get executed, they're still singing Uncle Fucker.
We're pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Well, okay, that's almost the end of season 3.
I know, it's finally coming to an end.
This would have been the last episode, but...
James can't fucking help himself.
Here's the thing. Alien's out this week.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ride that wave.
Yeah, you do.
I'm all up in it. I'm all up in its biz. I can't wait for that movie. And then we're taking a break. We're taking 2 weeks off.
Wow.
I know, can you believe it?
2 whole weeks.
2 whole weeks, but then we're back with season 4.
But we're going to film a few in advance because wedding.
Because wedding. Oh yeah, we do need to do that. We need to be careful. And the Golden Biscuits this year, I am looking into getting filmed.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember this.
This is the penultimate episode of season 3. How do you feel?
Tired.
You've had a few weeks off of this.
I know, but it just feels like this season's been going on for such a long time.
I know, we just keep adding trailer talks.
And you know, I'm not ready for Star Wars to start again.
It's good Star Wars stuff, though.
I don't care. It's just so long.
Okay. It's coming back in the cinema, though, isn't it?
I know.
Woo!
Well, that's the thing, all the Spider-Mans.
We watched Spider-Man 2 the other day, and that was really good. I vibed with that. You
really did. You were grinning all the way through it.
I love the rubber band joke. That's gold. It's the best bit of the film. The bit where he's singing, he's walking around to Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. Mm-hmm. Good old time. But thank you for talking South Park with me.
You're very welcome.
And thank you again for talking Alien with me in a few days.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see you. Wait, South Park, bigger, longer, uncut. Do you like it? Let us know. We love it.
We do.
Yep, we'll see you next week for, well, we'll see you soon for Alien Romulus. And then season 4, guys. Yeah, guys, by the way, I didn't get to see Twisters in 4DX, but James is getting to watch this in ScreenX. Just think about that. Think about how fair that is. Bye, folks.